Welcome to the podcast. I'm Tosh Taylor.
And I'm Jenna Morton, and this week we have a fantastic guest to talk about a very special program that I'm going to guess most of you will think you're familiar with, and then be very surprised by what you find out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We have Melody Land joining us today, and Melody is doing some really fantastic work with the Boys and Girls Club of Riverview. Welcome.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Well, we are really excited to talk about this because I think there really is so much, not misinformation, but I think a lot of people kind of have that idea in their head. Oh, the Boys and Girls Club, it's a daycare, it's,
Right.
After school programs. And it is so much more what you guys are doing.
It is so much more. That is probably the number one feedback I've had since starting my role in community engagement is that, oh, we're a daycare. But there's so much more than a daycare, offering so many more age groups, outreach, in-reach, all of it.
Okay, so how about you explain a little bit of some things that people can find when they're contacting,
Sure.
and not just the Riverview Boys and Girls Club, because there are a bunch of them in each city. Like we have
Yep.
a Dieppe and we have a Moncton.
Correct.
But are
And
you all
Salisbury.
connected? And Salisbury, sorry.
Petitcodiac.
Are you all connected, or how does that work?
So the Boys and Girls Club is one umbrella entity, and we all run by the same principles, values, and guidelines, essentially. So our mission statements are the same or similar. Our core values are set by Big Brother Canada, Boys and Girls Club. Sorry, I was watching Big Brother last night. Anyway, Boys and Girls
I think
Club
we all
Canada.
think of our employers like that.
Yeah,
a lot
Big
of the time,
Brother,
right?
Boys and Girls Club Canada sets these overarching goals and mission statements and values. However, every community is unique in how they live those things, depending upon the unique needs. So within the Greater Moncton area, we have the Boys and Girls Club of Riverview, we have the Boys and Girls Club of Moncton, of Dieppe, of Salisbury, we have one in Petitcodiac, and so on and so forth. And every one of them is run slightly differently with different programs that are tailored to meet individual needs.
Which is really fantastic because each of those communities
Yes.
do have such different makeups and different things that one community would need that the other might not.
Exactly. And depending what else is offered in the community, so community partnerships and developing what is there and then what needs to be there. So that can be very different flavors, even within such a small triad area that we have here between Dieppe, Moncton, and Riverview.
So what are some of the Riverview core values and differences that would stand out?
Well, Riverview has a wide range of services. I don't want to say just a daycare because the after school adventure camp is incredible. My daughter just started it this year, and literally she will ditch me in order to go to it. It has happened twice now. Where I'm
Not
like,
that she's counting.
not that she's counting, but where I literally took a vacation day to stay home with her because it was no school. And that morning she got up and she said, "Mommy, I think I'd rather go to Boys and Girls Club."
Yikes.
Yeah, but
So I said,
that
okay.
speaks volumes to the
So
program.
that speaks volumes to the program, and my daughter's not one that usually is that person. So it speaks volumes to the incredible quality of our after-school adventure camp. But in addition to that, we have programs that run from 4 or 5 years old, all the way up to 18, and even in December we're expanding into the 20 up to 24.
Wow.
So right now what we talk a lot about is our Raise the Grade program. And this is a program that you can also get in Moncton as well. But again, how those things are implemented are a little different to meet the needs of the populations we serve. So our Raise the Grade program is Monday to Friday, and it is a space and an opportunity for high school students during the day that, how they're on off weeks. There's a place for them to come where they can do their homework, they can get assistance, they have printers, they have internets, they have mentors, tutors available to them to do their work, as well as life skill development. There's a virtual lunch program that's a part of that, where they actually make their own lunches, we record it, and then youth at home are able to tune in. Because one of the issues,
That's
right?
fun.
Yeah.
One of the issues I heard from parents, even before I started in this position, was that if my high school students are home alone all day, they're old enough to be alone, but I want to make sure they're okay.
Right.
And this is just one other thing that we're doing to make sure that those that are at home are okay. They have someone to connect with. Also under the Raise the Grade program is our virtual tutoring and mentorship program. So that happens, and I check my notes, 3 times a week. And they're matched with a mentor from a local university or a volunteer who's a professional in their field. And they get one-on-one mentoring for an hour, tutoring with their homework if they need it, if they have questions about anything really. And that happens virtually. So we look after making the matches, getting to know each individual, and then pairing them together to make those connections. So we're really trying to now, with COVID and with the pandemic, everything we do has pivoted. And the saying that those that adapt not only survive, they thrive. And that's what we've been trying to do. So generally speaking, almost every program we have, if it happens in person, we can also pivot it and happen online.
That's fantastic. That sounds just so powerful, even before the pandemic, but certainly during it now, to be able to make those one-on-one connections with an adult that these teenagers can get to know and trust and have someone to go to. Like you said, whether it's for tutoring help or if it's just to talk about what might come next.
Talk about their day. And we know studies show over and over and over again, youth need at least one other person in their life, besides a mom or a dad, a guardian, a caregiver, someone outside of that family unit. They need that one person. And study shows if they have that, they're more adept to be successful, to be fulfilled, to make healthy life choices. And so we're really excited to be able to offer that in a way that is safe, that parents can trust, knowing we've vetted whoever's coming into the program and help build those community relationships.
I like something that I had not thought of in this whole thing is how much in high school you need that like on-the-job training.
Yes.
And a lot of them wouldn't be able to get that right now. Like my on-the-job training was at a newspaper, and it was amazing, and I loved it. Yeah.
On-the-job training in high school?
Yeah. What? You didn't do that?
No.
Small town Ontario. All
No.
right. Really? You didn't do on-the-job training? Wow.
No.
Okay, well, never mind.
I think we have here, we have co-op programs.
Well, and I
and we
think
have-
it is more common here now, but I just,
Yes.
in my head,
Like,
you
you
and I are
also
always
grew
so
up in
similar.
small
And I'm
town.
like, yeah, we didn't have anything like that.
But we do have,
My town had a newspaper.
We did have educational programs in the school, though, which are
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's
But if you're not
fantastic.
having the chance to go out and do
To
those
do
things
that.
right now, if you can have a mentor that is in the field that you're considering after high
100%.
school, whoa.
and that's another thing that Raise the Grade does, as well as a few of our other programs. Our drop-in program in the evening is very social-based, but within the drop-in program is a sub-program called Lead Up. And that is where one of our leaders really focuses in on developing leadership opportunities for young people. So ages 13 and up can attend this program. They go to drop-in and say, I want to be part of Lead Up, and it's really a community engagement and social services slant to that as well. But again, it's building those connections. So within these programs, you can, if we find out you're interested in knitting, for instance. I think there was one young lady that was an avid knitter.
Really?
So then we learn about textiles and how they're created. They may go and tour a facility that creates them, go to the market and see some of our local individuals who this is what they do for a living, and we look at what can we do for career options, for so the ever-present side hustle, for volunteer opportunities, just to make your life well-rounded in the areas that you want it to be.
I love that. I think that so often, especially in the past, when it comes to being in high school and trying to figure out what you want to do next,
Yes.
it was the options presented were so limited that the more we can do with youth at a younger age to be like, yeah, you like
100%.
knitting? Oh, you could go into manufacturing. You could go into design. You can go into
Exactly.
maybe it's a side hustle, maybe it's a commercial
Maybe
enterprise.
This is a career choice for you. And we don't know all of those opportunities until we have the opportunity to be exposed to them. And we don't know what we don't know. So when you come to a place like the Boys and Girls Club of Riverview, there's a whole team of people there, and we're constantly asking, what don't we know? And what can we introduce to our young people that they don't know yet, or they don't even have the knowledge yet to ask the questions about? And all of those pieces combined with always having a sense of belonging. Everybody always fits. Having opportunities to be empowered. We don't believe in second chances. We believe in limitless opportunity. So when that happens, it creates a really incredible synergy. And we're seeing the attendance picking up, but we have room for more. And we want more people to come. And the great thing about Raise the Grade, since we're kind of focusing on that, is we even have a pickup program. So we will actually go to your house and pick up your youth to have them come and spend some time with us.
That's amazing.
What's the criteria, like, because you're Riverview Boys
Yep.
and Girls Club, do these Raise the Grade students have to live in Riverview?
This is actually really neat. They don't.
Wow.
So to be picked up, you have to be within the Riverview limits. That's part of the agreements and the contracts. But if you can get into the building, you are fine. You're welcome. So there's no boundaries on that. For any of the virtual programming, likewise, it doesn't matter. You can tune in from anywhere, really.
Wow.
And we do have a satellite location. So we have a satellite program in Hillsborough, and they're also running Raise the Grade in the local detachment there. So that's 3 days a week that it's offered in Hillsborough, but also the virtual component is there as well. So anybody can really take part of these programs.
That's fantastic. So if someone is listening and maybe they're young enough that they could be part of the program, or they have someone in their life who might be, what do they need to know about getting involved?
Really, all you need to do is call us and say, I want to be part of Raise the Grade.
Same if you wanted to be a mentor.
If you want to be a
okay.
mentor.
Yeah.
So Megan Stam is our education manager, so we would funnel you to her. There's also Raise the Grade is on Facebook. I believe we have Instagram as well. So you can contact us through any of those ways, and you can also drop us an email at info, it's on our website.
Yeah, you'll find
Info
it.
at
Yeah.
bcgriverview.com.
Yeah. The great thing about this too, I love that we started off saying that it's not just a daycare.
Yes.
But these kids that are at the daycare are seeing these older kids still coming
Right.
and still expanding.
Yeah.
Because a lot of kids, you know, you go to these daycare centers and, you start kindergarten and you're done.
Yes,
Like, you
right,
know what I
you
mean?
move
So,
out.
yeah, move on. So to see them actually being able to watch these older kids keep coming back for more and more and more learning, it's going to open their eyes when they get older as well.
100%. And I mean, right now it's a little different because of the pandemic. We are very bubbled. So our after-school program, everybody has their own little bubble units that they need to be a part of, very similar to school. But more often than not, before this all happened, of course, there was a lot more of that intermingling. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can we talk a little bit more about it from the mentorship side? So if someone, because chances are with our audience, it's more likely someone listening going, oh, yeah, I've got some time. I would have loved to have talked to someone like me when I was younger. What are you looking for in terms of people to reach out?
We have so many volunteer opportunities at the Boys and Girls Club, whether it be fundraising all the way to the mentorship, whether it's having special speakers come in and present their skills and abilities. There's a wide range of things to do. So basically, if you are at least a little bit comfortable with Zoom, so you need to click the link. That's really all. The link is provided to you if you can click the link. And you really just care. Do you care about helping young people? And are you a good listener? Can you listen? That's it, really, for mentorship. We have such a wide range of children with a wide range of interests and abilities. I'm confident that we can find someone there to connect with you.
And there's so many, like, new things now, right? Like all these different kinds of jobs. Like when we would see like our guidance counselor in high school, it was like, hey, listen, you're going to be in trades, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be a doctor.
Exactly.
There's like 4 options for you.
Be a
This is it.
teacher.
Yeah.
Maybe a nurse.
Education,
Yes.
healthcare, trades.
Trades.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was pretty
and now
much
it's
it.
like you could probably find someone to teach people how to be a YouTuber because that's what everybody wants to
Everybody
be now,
wants
right?
to be when they grow up. Maybe me. I don't know.
I know.
I'm not saying anything. But yeah, right? Who doesn't want to be a YouTuber?
Right. It just seems like easy money.
It does.
doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
It seems like that.
But exactly, that's why you need a mentor to come in and say, do you know what? It's not just about putting your phone out and taking a video.
Yeah.
There's so much more to being a YouTuber. There's so much more to doing whatever is out there. You know, the person that shows up at a market has gone through a whole wide range. Entrepreneurship. How can you turn an interest into a living? Because that's what entrepreneurship is.
Yeah.
So there's so many skills out there that we're looking for. I definitely don't think we would turn anyone away.
Yeah. No, I can't see
So
it
give us a
turning
call.
anybody. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So we focused a lot on Raise the Grade and some of
Yeah.
the programming that you have coming in for the older kids.
Yes.
Do you want to touch on what does exist for the younger ages still?
Sure. So we start with our after school adventure camp, ASAC. So many levels, so many acronyms to learn when you're in a new position. It's unreal. But ASAC is our after school program. And they have so many programs within the program that they run. Things like Project Backpack, which is just not geared towards ASAC, but is part of that program, where we provide food for families on the weekends. So basically, this is a new program we have, and if anybody knows of someone who is in need or is in need themselves, they can contact us, and we literally fill a backpack with food that people will need for the weekend and deliver it to them, or they can come pick it up. So that's part of what we do there as well. But they have so many different things that they do in ASAC. Again, with speakers, activities, it really is a place where everyone belongs, and it's very child focused. So there's not, if your child is not an in-the-box child, is what I like to say. If your child is different, they walk to the beat of their own drum, it's always accepted. And it's more than tolerated, it's encouraged to be your true self, which is what I love about the program. So we do have ASAC, the drop-in center, so that's for ages 10 to 17, so that's a wide range as well. The lead-up program in that I mentioned. We do have, starting in December, what is going to be called home-based, and that is for actually older individuals. So after doing a little bit of research, we realized that there is a gap population out there, and it is that group that they've just graduated, maybe from high school or university or college. Maybe they decided not to go to university or college. Especially right now, how can I connect? Right, I feel very alone. How do I find out opportunities in the community? How do I build relationships? It's a whole different world right now, but in general, that age group, there really hasn't been a lot for. So in December, we're starting the program called Home Base. It starts as a web-based connection, so there will be group chat, activities and things like that through Facebook, but also in-person activities as well. So before I left to come here, actually, I asked the question, what are you going to do? Because it's a pandemic, right? We have to do this. And they're literally bringing in bubbles. You know the bubbles
like
that
the,
you
like,
step
soccer,
in?
like,
Yeah, the big round bubbles. So there's going to be 2 Thursdays in December where this age group can come in, and they're going to be doing activities, tournament style, and everybody's in a bubble.
I love it.
Isn't that hilarious?
That's amazing.
Like, it's just thinking outside the box
Yeah.
to do things to bring people together. And that's really focused on individuals that are here now, but also newcomers to the area. So whether you're from India or whether you just moved in to Riverview from Salisbury, you know, there's opportunities for you to connect and bridge those gaps in that program. We also have the Level Up program, so that's grades 7 and 8, and it's very similar to Raise the Grade. It happens after school as well. So there is a wide range.
Yeah.
If anybody has a question and you want to be a part of it, really give us a call, and we can talk to our programs director, Jessica Fenner, and she's incredible, and she'll find a spot.
So we talk about all these amazing things that you guys are doing, but you do all of these amazing things as a nonprofit.
As a nonprofit organization. Yes, we do.
Yeah. So how do you manage that? Obviously through grants and stuff, but donations are
Donations are greatly accepted.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be that smile with the ting on your
Yeah.
Definitely, it is a nonprofit organization, and fundraising has become so difficult in a pandemic, because so many of our events are relationship focused. They're social focused, because that's who we are as a club. So we can't do that in the same way anymore. So we're working really hard to pivot some of those events that we have traditionally in order to still maintain that relationship development, but also raise the funds that we need to operate. All of our programs are free, aside from ASAC, which is an after-school program. But subsidy funding is available for that as well. So in order to maintain that, we do quite a bit of fundraising. We have Christmas Tree Lot coming up December 27th.
It's our go-to every year.
It's so much fun. Basically, it is selling trees, there's Christmas trees, wreaths, all kinds of just
Perfect
incredible.
spot to get that little Instagram photo.
Yeah.
Instagram photo.
You're gonna be a YouTuber.
Yes, if you want to be a YouTuber, show up on YouTube, Christmas Tree Lot. But we do need volunteers to run this.
Okay.
So we are looking actively for volunteers, particularly on Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays, to help us. It includes things like helping individuals pick up their tree, taking it over, and apparently, I've not seen it yet myself, but there is a wood cutting device that everybody wants to use it, because like it's this automatic, I don't know. It's incredible, so I've heard stories of it. So if you're a volunteer, you may get to play with really cool power tools. You never know.
It's funny, and I'm like, I don't want anything to do
don't
with that.
Stay away.
Yeah, it's everybody wants to do it that works on staff, and all of our staff also donate time to do that as well. So you will see staff from all of us that are there on the weekends and the evenings to make this a success, and it's our singular biggest fundraiser of the year.
Okay, I was going to ask you that. You do have another fundraiser, though, that happens throughout the year, the Diamond
Dinner.
Diamond Dinner, and that's always been a big fundraiser
That's
as well, right?
always been a large fundraiser as well. It's in February. Right now we have a committee that's working really hard to figure out how are we going to do this on a virtual platform. There's some incredible ideas happening, so I encourage everybody to check into our Facebook page. We update that daily, if not once, usually twice, and all of that information will come out there. And if individuals want to be on our mail out list, certainly reach out to me and I can make that happen.
Fantastic. Okay, before we go today then, we're going to need to know where are you located? First of all, we haven't talked about the physical location.
Physical location.
Yeah.
We are at 50 Runnymede Road in Riverview, so that is the Coverdale Center. Essentially, the town of Riverview has let us use this space. They make that as a donation to our club every year, and we're very grateful for that. So that is our home base, and our phone number is 387-7070. Easy to reach us at any time.
That's fantastic. And you have the center in Hillsborough as well?
Yes, so there is a satellite location in Hillsborough for the Hillsborough Drop-In Raise the Grade program.
That is fantastic. And for anyone who needs a better visual, the water splash pad.
The water splash
in
pad.
Riverview, that's where they're
Exactly, we love that. That's the favorite thing for the kids to do in the summer is the splash pads.
Luckiest kids ever.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, not just for the splash pad, but for all the programming as well. So thank you for coming in and
Thank you
telling
so
us
much.
all about it, and for all the work that you and the staff are doing for the community, because these programs are just mind-blowing.
The staff is incredible. I've worked a lot of different places in contract work over the years before I've landed here, and I can honestly say this staff is top-notch. They're absolutely incredible as people and also as professionals, so we're really grateful to have them.
Fantastic. So if you have the time to mentor, to volunteer, if you have a child that you would like to put into some of these programs, like Melody said, contact the Riverview Boys and Girls Club.
And thank you so much for listening, for watching, and we will do it all again next week. And if you don't want to miss it, make sure you subscribe on your favorite app. Click follow on Facebook for Pickle Planet, the Podcast Hub, Tosh Taylor. You can find us everywhere.